What's going on, guys? It's Elias. Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in today. For today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the newly refreshed Honda Civic Type R. Now this is the 2020 Type R refresh. First thing to note is this is a very typical refresh that Honda does every 3 to 4 years on every one of its models. They call it a mid-model refresh, an MMC. Now a typical mid-model refresh focuses mainly on some minor design cues, things like bumpers, headlights, taillights, even exhaust tips, with some additional improvements made from customer feedback and dealer feedback as well. This Type R mid-model refresh is no different. So in this video we're going to be covering the exterior, the interior, and some of the performance enhancements that were made by Honda to make sure that this car goes another 2 or 3 years before it needs to get replaced. So let's start with the exterior, but before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. It really means a lot to me, and hit that like button if you like these type of videos. I'll continue to do more of these as long as you guys enjoy them. Alright, here we see that while it's mostly the same, the bumpers look quite a bit different. In the front we have very different fake vent design. As you may remember, the fake vents took a lot of criticism from the media. While I never minded my Type R's fake vents, the refreshed model gets identical fake vents to the new ones found on the hatchback and Civic Si in the American market. My opinion of them is that I like them. I think that the body colored hash mark adds a little bit more flair to the bodywork. Some people might find this a little bit too busy on an already very busy design, but if you know anything about Japanese styling, I think it makes sense entirely. My favorite part of the restyle is, of course, the most functional, and that's the new and improved grille, which lets in more air in order to aid in the cooling of the engine, which, as we all know, is a known issue in all the Honda Civic Type Rs that are taken to the track. Let me know in the comments if you guys are excited that Honda is finally listening to their customers and those customers that track their cars. As you know, the overheating issue pretty much only happens at the track, so for them to do this is good indication that they are listening and that they know that the Type R will do some track days. That's awesome. So to finish up the exterior look, the rear has also been changed. We get extra body colored hash marks, and those vents almost look functional, but they are not. So they still look pretty cool to me. I don't mind them at all. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Overall, I've always thought the Civic Type R looked awesome. With these minor touches and additions, I think Honda did a great job at keeping the original form and function of the car and keeping the car looking great. Alright, let's continue looking on at what else Honda has changed. Another thing that has me very excited is a new brake setup. A 2-piece brake rotor which copies is designed from the gyrodisc rotors already available for the Civic Type R and other cars. Also, and I hope it stays true for the production, it looks like the rotors are not going to be drilled. That is awesome. As soon as they are available, I'll definitely be buying myself a set of 2-piece rotors from Honda, and in addition, I'm hoping the aftermarket gives us more rotor options for our Type Rs in the future. Currently, what we have is drilled rotors, 1-piece rotors, extremely heavy. They do their job, they're okay, but I really prefer to have a 2-piece design or even just blanks. I would love just blanks, and it looks like Honda has gone to both of those. So a 2-piece and a blank design, no drilling, no slotted. The reason I don't like the drilling or slotted is because it compromises the strength of the rotor and it makes you have to change them up more often if you track them or race them like I do. In addition to the rotors, the brake pads have also been revised to perform better during hard braking. And if you thought your brakes squeaked before, get ready for even more squeaking and squealing. For squeak-free braking, you'll want non-track oriented brake pads. I've done a whole bunch of videos on these. I'll put links in the description so you can follow along. But needless to say, I am excited for the new brake pad compound for the track. If you want silent brake pads, you'll want something different. Because the Type R is definitely a track weapon and Honda knows it, they've also revised the suspension. So the revisions for 2020 include updated dampers for better ride comfort, they say, stiffer rear bushings for better grip, and that definitely is true. The stiffer you get back there, the better you're going to do on a front-wheel drive car. They've also modified the front suspension, quote unquote, to reduce friction and improve steering feel. Now, I don't know exactly what that means, but if I had to guess, I think the suspension change is going to be increased negative camber from the factory. It'll be extremely easy for them to do. I've shown you guys how to do it in a separate video. All you have to do is remove the pins and reallocate negative camber to the front suspension purchase, and you'll be all set for some negative camber. It's not much, it's about 0.8 degrees, or is it 1.3 degrees? I forget. It's not that much. It's negative 1.3 degrees or negative 0.8 degrees, but it's just enough to improve handling and stability. I recommend you do it, and I think the factory will probably do it as well. We shall see how that pans out. Now, on the inside of the new 2020 Type R, you'll see a refreshed steering wheel. It'll be Alcantara wrapped steering wheel. It'll look the same as mine that you're seeing here right now, except that instead of leather, it'll be Alcantara. I don't know how I feel about that. Alcantara is good for the track. It gives you a better tactile feel of the steering wheel. However, if you're going to be daily driving your Type R, putting your oily hands all over the steering wheel every single day, the Alcantara is definitely going to wear out very, very quickly. So that's something to keep in mind if you are going to daily drive. Now, if you're going to daily drive your Type R with an Alcantara steering wheel, I recommend you use driving gloves. Now, with that said, I do think that it's a great addition. And in addition to that, they are going to revamp the shift knob. So I don't know what it'll look like, but it's going to be a slightly different shift knob to what it is stock. And the shift lever is going to be a better action. So it's going to be a short shifter installed as well. We'll see how it feels when it comes out. Another awesome addition to the 2020 refresh is this new Boost Blue color. Now, I don't know if they're taking away that other blue that they used to have, that's a little bit darker, but this Boost Blue looks amazing. Now, you always know that Championship White is always going to be the color of choice when it comes to Type R, and basically any performance-oriented Civic Type R or Integra Type R or an NSX Type R should be in Championship White. My favorite S2000 color is white, Grand Prix white. It's not championship, but it is white. I do like that color. As you guys know, Championship White signifies the F1 victory from Honda back in the 70s. So that's so cool that it carries a racing heritage. Now, the last addition to the 2020 Civic Type R is standard Honda sensing. Now, if you know anything about Honda sensing, it's basically a driver aid that's available on every single Civic now that's sold in America. Every single Civic has its standard. So it'll have driver assist, like lane keep assist, it'll have collision mitigation and things like that. I think it's pretty nice that they added it. It doesn't add that much additional weight. Now, it is a performance car, so if I had the choice to either add it or not, I would actually not have it, even if it's a free option. But since it has it, I'm not gonna say that it's a bad thing. I think it's a good thing, and I'm sure a lot of people that daily drive the Type R will enjoy it. So if I had a choice of the old style or new style Civic Type R, if I was going to go to the dealership and they gave me the option for the exact same price, I would like to go for the newer style. I like the additional improvements that definitely make it worth it. You know, the brake rotors, the brake pad, the Alcantara steering wheel, and even the vents. I do like the way the fake vents look. However, since I already own a Civic Type R, I really don't see a need to trade mine in. So if you already own a Civic Type R, I really wouldn't trade mine in for a new one. You get the same exact performance pretty much. You could always get the upgraded rotors aftermarket, or you can get them from Honda themselves and slap it on your car. You can get the brake pads upgraded as well. You can change the grill as well. I'm sure it's not going to be that expensive, and you could use the eBay grill that I'll be running, and I'll share a video on that coming soon. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. If you'll get the new one if you had the choice. I know I would. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.